Hey NFL fans, before we dive into today's hottest stories, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update from NFL News Now. Patrick Mahomes has never been one to shy away from the spotlight, but what he said this week caught everyone in the NFL completely off guard. During a media session that started out as routine, Mahomes dropped a series of comments that instantly went viral, sending shockwaves through locker rooms and fan bases across the league. The Chiefs' superstar quarterback, known for his composure and professionalism, suddenly got brutally honest about what's really going on in Kansas City and what's been holding the team back. People don't understand what it takes to keep winning at this level, Mahomes said, his tone firm but emotional. We've had targets on our backs for years. Every team wants to take us down, and sometimes even people inside forget what it took to get here. That kind of statement doesn't come lightly, and insiders are saying Mahomes may be sending a message, not just to his teammates, but to the entire organization. The Chiefs have been fighting through offensive inconsistencies, locker room rumors, and the pressure of maintaining dynasty status. But for Mahomes to speak this openly suggests there's a new energy brewing, maybe even a warning shot to anyone doubting that Kansas City still runs the AFC. Behind the scenes, whispers are growing that Mahomes' comments were not off the cuff, but carefully calculated. Some believe he wanted to light a fire under his team heading into the final stretch of the season, a classic move from a leader tired of excuses. He's not just talking to reporters, one anonymous player said. He's talking to everyone wearing red and gold. The Chiefs' offense has been criticized for lacking explosiveness, something unimaginable just a couple of years ago when they dominated every Sunday with ease. Now, Mahomes seems ready to challenge the entire team, receivers, coaches, maybe even the front office, to raise the bar again. Analysts have already compared this moment to when Tom Brady called out his teammates before their Super Bowl run in Tampa. And if history tells us anything, when great quarterbacks publicly demand more, something big is about to happen. Mahomes' statement might be exactly what the Chiefs needed, a wake-up call from the man who built their modern legacy. Fans have exploded online, debating every word Mahomes said and what it truly means. Was this frustration boiling over, or pure leadership in action? Social media is flooded with clips, reactions, and fiery takes, with many calling it the speech that could change the season. Chiefs fans are backing their QB fiercely, saying it's about time someone voiced what they've been feeling. That complacency might have crept in. Others, though, think Mahomes is deflecting pressure from himself, especially with turnovers and missed opportunities stacking up in key games. Either way, the buzz around Arrowhead is electric again, and that's exactly what Kansas City needed. For weeks, critics questioned if the Chiefs had lost their killer instinct. Now, with Mahomes setting the tone, the message is clear. They're not done, not even close. When the face of the league calls everyone out, it's not drama. It's a declaration of intent, and Mahomes just declared war on mediocrity. Inside the Chiefs camp, sources say players have taken Mahomes' words seriously. Team meetings reportedly became more intense, film sessions longer, and practices sharper. Travis Kelce, Mahomes' trusted partner in crime, was seen hyping teammates up during drills, shouting, "We're not finished yet." It's that kind of competitive spirit that built the Chiefs' empire in the first place. Even head coach Andy Reid, usually calm and collected, has shown renewed focus, implementing more aggressive play designs and reminding everyone that Kansas City's identity has always been about creativity and confidence. Opponents should be nervous, because when Mahomes feels cornered, he becomes unstoppable. This isn't the first time the Chiefs have faced adversity, but something about this moment feels different. It's personal now. The team isn't just playing for wins, they're playing to prove a point. And in the NFL, when pride and talent collide, it often leads to championship runs that define eras. What makes Mahomes' statement even more powerful is the timing. The playoffs are approaching, and contenders are separating from pretenders. Every franchise dreams of having a leader who can shift momentum with a few words, and Kansas City has that in spades. The Chiefs' locker room reportedly feels rejuvenated, like the beginning of something special. There's a sense that this might be the turning point, the spark that reignites their championship DNA. Opposing players might scoff, but they know better than to underestimate Mahomes when he's motivated. He's been here before, the doubted hero, the silent assassin, the relentless competitor. And every time, He's found a way to silence the noise with his play. The Chiefs don't just want to make the playoffs, they want to dominate them. And Mahomes just made sure the entire NFL knows it. Whether you love him or hate him, one thing's for sure. When Patrick Mahomes speaks like this, history tends to follow. Now, around the league, insiders are whispering that Mahomes' statement might have deeper implications, possibly aimed at the front office and offseason plans. He mentioned building smarter, not just faster, which some believe hints at frustration over personnel moves, particularly at wide receiver. But instead of creating division, it might unify the organization. Kansas City has always thrived under pressure, and Mahomes' blunt honesty could realign everyone's focus toward one goal, another Lombardi trophy. It's about legacy, he said, looking straight into the camera. And we're not done writing ours yet. That's the kind of statement legends make, and it's already echoing through every locker room in the league. Rivals may laugh now, but they know what happens when the Chiefs feel disrespected. They come back sharper, faster, and deadlier. The NFL might have just witnessed the birth of the next great Kansas City run. And if Mahomes' words are any indication, the rest of the season will be played with fire in every snap. Ever since Patrick Mahomes' fiery comments hit the airwaves, the NFL world hasn't stopped buzzing. It's the kind of story that spreads like wildfire, half inspiration, half controversy, and all passion. Every talk show, every sports network, every podcast is dissecting his words frame by frame. And while some analysts are quick to downplay it as just locker room talk, the truth is, it feels bigger than that. There's a spark in Mahomes' tone that suggests something deeper is shifting in Kansas City. He's not just tired of losing, he's tired of being misunderstood. For years, Mahomes has carried the weight of being the face of a modern dynasty. Now, he's demanding accountability across the board, from players, coaches, and even himself. "We built something great here," he said. "But greatness doesn't last if you stop chasing it." That's not arrogance, that's hunger, and the rest of the league can feel it. You can almost hear the echoes of those words in practice fields across America, as rivals scramble to prepare for what's coming next. In the days after the interview, Chiefs practices have looked different, sharper, faster, more intentional. Reporters who attended closed sessions noticed Mahomes staying long after the final whistle, throwing extra reps with young receivers, and reviewing plays with coaches. It's that commitment that separates good teams from great ones. You can tell Mahomes isn't just talking, he's backing every word with action. Players like Rashee Rice and Sky Moore have reportedly stepped up, eager to prove they can deliver when it matters most. Meanwhile, the defense, often overlooked in Kansas City's recent struggles, has taken pride in matching Mahomes' intensity. They're not content with just containing opponents. They want to dominate. Insiders describe the energy at Arrowhead as electric and angry, the perfect combination for a team ready to remind the world who they are. And if that's the case, then the rest of the NFL better prepare, because an angry Mahomes is the most dangerous version of Mahomes. Analysts are comparing this moment to legendary turning points in NFL history, when Michael Jordan turned a bad loss into a dynasty run, or when Kobe Bryant challenged his teammates to meet his standard. That's the level of leadership Mahomes is channeling now. He's sending a message that Kansas City's story isn't over. It's just entering its next chapter. The funny thing is, the Chiefs' record isn't bad. They're still among the AFC's elite. But in Mahomes' mind, being good is never good enough. He wants dominance, perfection, legacy, and that's what separates him from everyone else. His tone isn't about ego, it's about standards. When you've reached the mountaintop twice and still feel like there's unfinished business, you're operating on a different level. The Chiefs might have stumbled, but under Mahomes' leadership, they're not falling. They're reloading. And when Kansas City reloads, it usually ends with confetti falling on their shoulders. The Chiefs' locker room dynamic is also evolving in fascinating ways. Veteran players are reportedly embracing Mahomes' challenge, mentoring the younger guys with renewed purpose. Travis Kelce, who knows Mahomes better than anyone, has become the emotional engine of the team once again. His energy in practice, his leadership in huddles, it's contagious. Even Andy Reid has subtly adjusted his play calling, trusting Mahomes to make audibles and create magic on the fly. It's like the old Chiefs are back, but with a chip on their shoulder this time. They've gone from being the hunted to being the hunters again. And that mentality could make all the difference come playoff time. "We're not just playing for another ring," one anonymous player said. "We're playing to remind the world who started this era." That's the fire Mahomes lit, and it's spreading fast. When every player in the building starts believing again, the impossible suddenly becomes inevitable. Around the league, rivals are paying close attention, maybe even a little nervous. You can hear it in post-game interviews when opposing players mention keeping an eye on Kansas City. They know what's brewing. Every dynasty has a moment when its leaders must reassert control, and Mahomes just had his. Fans who doubted the Chiefs are starting to switch sides again, sensing that something special is forming. The combination of Mahomes' focus, Kelsey's leadership, Reed's brilliance, and that hungry defense could spell trouble for everyone else. The Chiefs have been through adversity before, but this time feels different because the motivation comes from within. Mahomes isn't just trying to win. He's trying to make history again. And history tends to favor the bold. The next few weeks will tell us everything we need to know, but one thing's already certain. The Chiefs are no longer coasting. They're coming. And when Mahomes leads the charge, the NFL usually ends up watching from behind. Keep watching as we analyze more details about some rumors. The story that started as a rumor has now become a rallying cry. Patrick Mahomes didn't just speak his mind. He reignited an empire. The Chiefs' season, once clouded by doubt and inconsistency, suddenly feels alive with purpose again. Every word he said has transformed into fuel, every critic's doubt into motivation. And that's the beauty of greatness. It doesn't fade quietly. It roars back louder. The NFL wanted parity, but Mahomes wants legacy. And legacies are built through moments like this, when the leader dares to speak truth, shake complacency, and remind everyone why he's the face of the league. Kansas City isn't just a contender. They're a storm gathering momentum, ready to sweep through the playoffs with the fury of a team reborn. So when the lights shine brightest and the stakes reach their peak, remember this moment, the one where Mahomes spoke what no one else would. Because from that day on, the Chiefs stopped being questioned and started being feared again. Finally, the overarching narrative that emerges from A.J. Brown's move is one of transformation, speculation, and anticipation, with every angle of the story magnified by the rumor mill and the intensity of fan and media engagement. Analysts continue to debate how quickly Dallas can integrate Brown into their offensive framework, whether his presence will catalyze deep postseason runs, and what it means for the long-term competitive balance of the NFC East. Philadelphia is simultaneously recalibrating, exploring avenues to replace lost production while managing expectations and maintaining morale, creating a dual narrative of opportunity and challenge. Financially, strategically, and psychologically, the deal is already influencing decision-making across the league, affecting trade discussions, draft planning, and free agent negotiations. Social media amplifies every new detail, interpretation, or quote, creating a multi-layered discourse that spans factual reporting, rumor speculation, and fan-generated content. In essence, Brown's transition represents more than a team change. It embodies the complex interplay of athletic performance, financial strategy, psychological dynamics, and narrative construction that defines modern professional football. As the league absorbs the ramifications, fans, analysts, and insiders alike are left to speculate, predict, and imagine the unfolding consequences, with the story continuing to develop, layer upon layer, ensuring that the conversation around A.J. Brown and his impact on the Cowboys and Eagles will dominate headlines, forums, and living rooms well into the season, keeping everyone invested in a saga that is as thrilling as it is unpredictable. The strategic chessboard of NFL play calling is already being reimagined in light of Brown's signing, with coordinators across the league reportedly studying Dallas' upcoming schemes to anticipate how defenses might adapt to a receiver capable of stretching coverage and creating explosive plays. Rumors suggest that the Cowboys are developing intricate route combinations, motion plays, and creative formations designed to exploit Brown's strengths, while also using him to open space for secondary targets and manipulate defensive alignment. Philadelphia, in response, faces an analytical puzzle: how to maintain offensive potency while accounting for the loss of a player whose presence commanded significant attention from opposing defenses. Draft boards are reportedly being revisited, free agent options reevaluated, and internal strategy sessions are rumored to be increasingly focused on maximizing both depth and versatility in the passing game. Across fan communities and media outlets, debates rage over projected statistics, matchup advantages, and the intangible impact of Brown's skill set on team identity. The rumor culture continues to flourish, blending evidence, inference, and speculation, creating a narrative that is dynamic, evolving, and impossible to ignore. Brown's move is no longer just a transaction. It is a defining storyline that impacts every dimension of team strategy, league dynamics, and fan perception, ensuring that every observer is deeply invested in predicting the outcomes of this seismic shift in professional football. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and share it with your fellow NFL fans. Stay tuned for more updates, only here on NFL News Now.